Good morning. I'm Ian McClintock. It's 2nd of June tomorrow, which means it's my birthday. It's also the birthday for Charity Excellence. We've no money, but we always like to bring you a little present or two because you deserve it. Over the past weekend, we built two new things. This video will quickly explain what they are. The first one is property and venues, and the second one is how you can access all sorts of free support and help. This is the master control panel. You don't get all this nonsense, but here, for example, it defaults 6 months. So we've had 21,674 people join us in the last 6 months, which is nice. The average feedback rating is 8.9, which isn't, because I keep trying to get it up, and so far I haven't managed to do so. That's probably because I'm old and of meager talents. This is the in-system AI bunny. Remember, if you need the bunny to do anything that's cool, like write funding bids, you need the cool bunny. That's why he's wearing sunglasses. But he gets in the way sometimes when you're scrolling. See a wee button here, click that and he disappears. What we want is Help Finder. 3 finding directories are here. Here is Help Finder. Demo video if you need it. Get rid of the bunny. And here is the category selection. First one we want is property and venues. It will find property, hot desking, hybrid venue spaces, venue hire, all those different things. So we've got 278. If I choose London, I've got 118 venues that I can choose from. That's quite a bit. It will explain what the venue does. It will give you things like capacity, the types of rooms. It will also tell you the kind of organization it is. So if you're a sports charity, and either you're looking for sports area, or you would rather hire a venue from a sister charity in the same cause, you can search using sport. So we've got 5 sports venues in London. Or you might want to work, say, young people. I've got 5 entries for young people. Or you're just looking for a cafe where you can do some hot desking and stuff. And there's cafes, etc. You can also select in here by the cost. Free is often commercial, maybe charity. Low cost is where I put most of the non-profits because they tend to be fairly cheap and cheerful. Discounted is commercial and non-profits, although non-profits tend to be the big posh people like English opera and things like that. And the standard rate are the really posh ones who are frankly using it as a commercial rate, and they may or may not offer discounts. So that's how you do that. That is properties and venues. It will automatically find things for you in terms of websites for property, etc. So they will come up in your results. Now, the one that everybody I keep saying, can you get me help? Can you get me help with this? Support bodies and regulators are hundreds and hundreds of charity networks, groups, organizations. I've also included the regulators because they will have things like helplines and chat groups, ICOH, MRC, Charity Commission, Oscar, CCNI, those kind of guys. And it will go and find, and you can just go and find yourself some help. So if we run a search on that, there is only one with a cafe. There are 213. Now, what can I do with this? Well, all right, you can search by location. How about Sussex? And I've got 9 entries in the local area. So here's one of the networks, which is Acre, the rural groups. And here are a whole series of groups, and they all work in Sussex. Now, you could zero this down by asking about particular towns or things like that. There's a bit of luck involved in that. Now, if I want to go and find, say, a particular type of people, group of people, like I want young people, I haven't got any in Sussex. But of course, there are big national and UK-wide networks. So if I take that off, it actually finds me 7. This is my original online list. Dorset Youth, because of course it's looking across the whole of the country. If you preferred, you could make that England. And it'll shut it down a bit more. So that's young people. We could try Muslims. We always prioritize the Minoritized groups, I've got 3 for Muslims. LGBTIQ plus, I don't type that in because I keep typing it wrong. We've got a couple. You can also find things like specific activities, finance. I've got 7. What about leadership? I've got 3. And you can find causes. I've got 1 for museums. So essentially, when you're looking for help, you can look locally, searching with a keyword or searching with a county or a city, and that will find you things like CVSs. They'll do training. They do loads of fundraising support. Some of them will actually do bid writing. They've got Hire, they've got networks, these really good groups to plug into. Nationally, you can plug into groups of people. Could be young people, the Muslim, we've got Somali groups, we've got African groups, we've got Jewish volunteering. There are all sorts of communities out there. You can also look for functional things. You can look for finance, you can look for fundraising, you look in various issues like that, and you can look for those niche groups of specialist expertise. We've got science centres, museums, charity retail. There's all sorts of stuff out there. So if you search in all these different ways, what you can do is you can find a whole community of people who are like-minded, and you can tap in to that huge network of charity sector expertise. Some of these groups will charge you to join. Most of them are free. And you can find support and help locally and across the whole of the UK. And that, I think, is really helpful. We need to promote that collaboration. And finally, a plea from me. Help Finder can sell you training, properties, venues, all sorts of kinds of stuff. We promote sister non-profits who sell goods and services to other sister non-profits. When you need to buy something, please consider buying from a sister non-profit first. Every pound you spend helps to close the funding gap just a tiny bit more. That's our birthday. Thank you very much indeed for listening to me.